Well, all right, collectors, thanks for joining me today for a quick review of Chip, Raptor Talon, and General Ledger. I know there's been some reviews on it already. I haven't watched any of them, but the reason I wanted to do one on him specifically and first is because I had him as a kid. I bought him with my own, grass cutting money. So I wanted to see if he holds up to the same, imaginative figure that I had way back in the day. Now, why a Joe would want to dress himself like this, I don't know. But doggone it, I remember seeing him, and I remember picking him up thinking, this would be really cool. This would be really awesome. And I remember liking the figure and playing with it. Now, what happened to my original figure? That one I didn't hang on to. Was it my favorite? It wasn't my favorite. Dial Tone was my favorite. But this particular figure it's been lost to the ravages and oceans of time between that kid Eddie and this old geezer Eddie. So where it is, I don't know. Hopefully it's not in the landfill somewhere. Maybe it got given to one of my cousins and then it ended up at Goodwill, and it might be in a collector's case somewhere. Who knows? But anyways, let's get into this figure. Let's open them up, or let's look at the box real quick. This is one of the newer packaged boxes. I got like 3 of them, but I decided to open this one because this one's got a cut right up here at the top. I'm pretty sure that's where this got sliced when they opened it. But yeah, here it is, G.I. Joe Classified. Great presentation, great look here at the screen. You can see right through the plastic there. Very nice. Sorry about all the glare, but it is what it is. 139 in the line. There you go. Got some great pictures on the back of him gliding through the air with his talons and his wings. Some close-ups there. Here's the UPC code if you guys are looking for them. And here's some side art there. Very nice side art, actually. I love it. Here's the top again. Yeah, let's go ahead and crack him open. Check him out. Come on, you. All right, that was easy. There he is at the box. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was 100% sure that he was not Cobra. I thought he was Joe. Well, there you go. I did not know Raptor. Oh my gosh. All these years I thought he was a good guy. Well, now I know why he dressed up as a crazy falcon looking dude, because he's a bad guy. All this time. Let's pop him out of there. All this time, I had really, really thought he was a good guy. So I had him flying around with my Joes. Jeez. That's crazy. These seem to be kept pretty straight. Oh, hold on. We still got this. Got this to get out of here. Boy, it's really plugged in there pretty good. Hold on one second. I use my old knife here. Probably need to sharpen it. It's not very, it's kind of dull. Pop all this off. Sorry guys, I probably should have done this before, but oh well. Try to get through it as fast as we can, or as seamlessly as possible. All right, let's take a look at the figure without all the accoutrement on it. What does it look like? He does, here's a picture of the old Raptor right here. We'll put it there, but he does, without even looking at it, I can tell you, well, oh, there it goes. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, hold on, guys. You're watching this live. Oh, no, that's no good. That's going to break. That's going to break. That's going to break. So here's what we're going to do, because that is going to break if I continue to dink with it. I can already tell. Yep. So I'm going to stop it right here because I'm going to, so I can already tell that this is going to break. So what we're going to do, that's some points off right there immediately. We're going to have to add some shock oil to it, and I'll show you. I should do a thing on that, on how to do that, because immediately I can tell that this, man, that's disappointing. Hold on. Let me see here. And we're getting a little bit of the articulation. Oof. 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 I'll be right back. All right, so this is going to turn into more of a tutorial because Hasbro did not do this correctly. So a couple of items. Some people would say, just heat it up, just heat it up, just heat it up, just heat it up. The problem with that is that with this level of durometer in the figure, this soft, look at that, this soft, malleable plastic. If you heat this up at this point down here at the bottom, it becomes a problem where it can break. It can simply just come apart on you. You could heat it up and then pop it off, but I've just personally, on a personal level, I found that that putting some shock oil in it, just right there on the inside of it, make sure you bring some extra napkins because you're going to need it. Like, I'm going to have to get right in there. Let that shock oil get in there and then start working it. Start working it. There it goes. Now, you hear that? You hear that? It's working. But I would tell you right now he's all slimy. It's all full of shock oil. So, but I would warn you guys, if I'd have kept twisting him, it'd have just popped off. Now that's a problem. That's done, right? He's twisting now. He won't come off. He's fine. I can keep twisting him all day. I can feel it have loosened now. The shock oil did the trick. But now we have another problem. These arms right here are not being nice. I cannot. There we go. I can barely move them. This is just, I can barely move them. Pay attention, Hasbro. This is a nearly $40 figure. And this is the BS I got to go to. This is BS, man. I mean, I'd expect this from a mom and pop shop, maybe, do the water, do all this other stuff. This is a professional company with all the abilities and tools to do it right. But oh, heck no. I'm going to try to bend this one out. Jaggum. And this doesn't come off, so it's not making it any easier. Boy, this is some stuff, y'all. Nope. And if I keep twisting it, that's going to break that arm right off. Well, let's get some shock oil in that, at least. Let's get that one worked on. All right, guys, let me work on this for a little bit. All right, so back to the review. Well, before we keep going, let's just tally up some of these items that... Okay, so let's just talk about it. Number one, we already had an issue with, and it's still sticking a bit, but not as bad because, again, we put in some of that shock oil, which gets in there, but it's just not good. It's not, I'd like it to be less sticky, but it's there. Now, this arm here, you hear that? I'm happy with that, but it is tight, and I did have to put shock oil in that. And I managed to take this off by pulling off his head, pushing that over his head, and then taking his arms back. Now, as you can see here, this has had a lot of stresses on it. And it may be because I was, tweaking it back and forth to try and get it to work. But this arm is definitely defective. So that's going to take the figure down a few points. I mean, I can only grade a figure by what it's given to me. And I feel kind of sad about it. Maybe it's just this figure. I have another one. I have actually two more over there. And ultimately what may end up happening is that I was going to take one of these and use as a custom. So this might be the figure that, just ends up, being fodder somewhere else for something else. I don't know. So now this hand right here, I've managed to, look at it, it's still so hard. Look at that. You guys are seeing that, right? So I was able to, oh man, it is just not nice to me. Look at this hand, boy, I tell you what. Okay, well, it was working, but now, see how it's sticking? Holy moly, it's really sticking now. It was working, but here we are. Sometimes there it goes. Okay, there we go. I mean, once you get it going, it'll go, but it is not nice. You see it? Oh man. There we go. So it's working, but it's very tight. It's very tight, but it's working. You guys tell me, did your Raptor do this as well? I mean, the only way to fix this is to continue to work it. And the only problem with that is that if you keep working it too much, that peg that goes down in this arm will eventually stress out and break. This joint won't break. It's this peg that'll break. So that's a problem with this particular thing. Let me torque on it a little more and see what we can do with it. I don't know. And next time you see him, I'm gonna set them all back up and we'll go from there. All right, so I found some serious flaws in this figure, but it's okay. We'll go over them and I'll let you know how I fixed them. Number one, you cannot take this arm back like this. It just won't go. This right here is poorly designed and it will pinch this, the back part of his tricep here, or trapezoid, whatever. You just can't. It's not gonna go. So in order to bring his arm up, you're already getting some pinching right there. And you have to have it this way and then bring it up. An easier way is to turn it this way, bring it down, and then you can twist it that way. And then since it's already fit in there lengthwise, it goes in fine and you can bring them up into a T-pose. This is not good design. This is bad design, Hasbro. So here we had that problem, but it is aggravated by this joint that is super ultra tight. So what we had to do again, and you guys saw this, we had to put some shock oil on both of it, and then we had to, work it. We just had to work it. Not only that, but I had to put some shock oil on, his waist. His waist is much better now, but so you tell me, guys, is this a figure made for children? Should this figure even be in a child? Is a child going to sit there and go, say, I need to get some shock oil, and then I need to work this arm and carefully put some down this way and have him sit there for 30 minutes this way so it'll penetrate back into the body. And then I'll slowly twist him around. What kid is going to do all that? I mean, it's just, These figures are not for kids. They're just really not, especially if they're this complex and complicated. And if they don't work and you got to do all this stuff to make them work, not good. Anyways, in order to fix this, we ended up fixing it. If you bring it up this way, it'll come up. But for me, this one works best if I do it that way and then turn it, well, not even then even. There it goes. And then turn it this way. Then he can do a T-pose. See that? So turn it this way, and then you can bring it back up as well, and he's back. So down that way, bring it, but you know, it kind of feels almost, kind of feels like what is it called? Tamagotchi? What is the one, the Revoltech, I think? The Revoltech figures where you got to pose the joint just right for it to do what it needs to do. So anyways, there's a T-pose for you. Does it do a T-pose? Yes. Was it a whipping to get there? Yes, absolutely. So you can do that with it and it'll come down and you can do a T-pose. Now let me see if I can get him to do it. There it goes. You can get, but that was a lot of work to get there. All right, let me put all this stuff back on, see if I don't break anything. I like the figure, but it's a lot of work to get him where he needs to be. Is it just this figure? I don't know. You guys tell me if you had the same experience. I'm going to go watch a couple other YouTube reviewers after I'm done here. And maybe it was just this particular figure that was doo-doo. So anyways, we'll get into how I grade it in a minute. But I mean, just playing with it, I just immediately, before we even got into the looks, this started to happen. So I hope you enjoyed some of that class on how I work figures to get them to work, to get them to do what I need to do before they blow up. Anyways, let me get all this stuff back on them. All right, so this is how we had them to begin with. Let's try to articulate him. Well, you know what? Let's just cover what he looks like first. I think he looks very much like the original Raptor. Again, there's a picture of him right here. I dig him. I dig the way he looks. I think they've done a pretty good representation of this. Now, let's add some stuff to him and see what else. Well, before we add all that stuff to him, we're not going to do what he looks like. We're going to go over articulation. Now, whenever I get a defective figure, it's immediately down to a 4. That's a whole, it cannot be anywhere above a 4 because we had to do that much stuff to it. But let's just start him out as a 4, right? He can move his head this way, that way, up. He can't really move up because that impinges on his ability to move. So the little tail there. That's problematic because what if he wants to fly, right? You got to look up. Anyways, you couldn't do that with the old. He can kind of look up, but not really. He can look down. No, he can't look. Excuse me. He can't look down that much. So, all right. Let's right and left. There you go. Let's look at his arms. He can go up. He can do a T-pose, but you got to push on the top. Hold on. Oh man, here we go. Well, let's see. Is it easier if we do it this way? Like we said earlier. There. Do it like that and then turn it down. That's his T-pose. There it is. Same thing with this arm. Turn it straight up. Bring it down. Turn it around. He's got his T-pose. So yes, he can do that. He can bend forward, bend back. Joe articulation gets a lot of movement there, so that's fine. He does have a little bit of side to side. His waist is moving fine now that we've done our surgery to it. Drop down thighs, not a lot though. Oh man, got a little bit of it. Oh, come on now. Okay, this one let go. There's a thigh cut there, so that works fine. His knee is a little tough, but it works fine. Wow, that's a lot of articulation on the knees there. Jeez. Let's see. He has a boot cut, doesn't he? Yeah, there's the boot cut. And ankle twist with, go that far down, that far up. So very nice. He's got a lot there. So that's the articulation. There's some serious points here missing. Again, it's a 4. Straight off the bat for articulation because he's got so many things already wrong with him. Now we can continue to take off points because you can't really look up, and you got to look, if it's a flying figure, you got to look straight ahead. You just have to. So I'm going to take off a few points for that. You can't really look down, so there's a few points off for that. I mean, he can use his waist to look down. I guess he could use his waist to look up, but that's going to be weird. But anyways, kicks this far up, so that's pretty good. Here, let me stand him next to a regular figure. Push that down. There we go. Let's just do a size comparison real fast to something that we all have. Let's see. Stand up now. I know you're all wobbly from being messed with. Where's my boy? There he is. I think we all know this guy. I happen to like this reviewer most of the times. Actually, I don't mind. You know who it is when this guy enters a room. You know who that is. I actually like him. I've been watching a lot of his reviews. You know, he does very good. Just straight, no messing around, straight into the articulation, straight into the review. And he's also, I think, he's also been working on his own line, so he knows quite a bit about, you know, figures. So where does he stand next to Darwin over here? He's taller than Darwin, quite a bit taller. So that's how big he is. Now, everybody has a Darwin, I hope. I mean, you can find them at Ross and Burlington. You can find them everywhere. So that's what, you know, I'm just going to give you that size comparison. So set him to the side over there. Let's get all the accoutrement, articulation, because of the inability to look up, because of this, because of that, because of this. I'm going to sit him at a 3.8. Yeah, it's a 3 point. Even though I really love this character, I can only grade with what I got, and this is what I got. All right, let's put some of this stuff on and see what he's working with here, and then I can give you a true. Oh man, he looked kind of crazy, man. Hold on, let's put all this stuff on him. You got his weapon there. I assume he's left-handed then. Maybe he's mad at me for calling him all those times. Let's look at the wings. Look at that. There's a lot of articulation here. Hold on a minute. Oh my goodness, look at that. There's a lot. So you've got an articulation point there. You've got an articulation. What's wrong with me? You've got an articulation there, here, and here. So you can really do some great poses. You've got an articulation point everywhere. Oh man, you can really do some great poses with this bad boy. Holy moly, look at all that you can do with it. All right, Hasbro. But like I said, I was planning to use some of these wings for something else anyways. Maybe this guy will end up being a dreadnought or something. And he's got these right there. Hold on. Is that, oh, that's also an articulation point there. Wow, these wings, the wings alone. Okay, the wings alone are worth the price of admission. This pack is amazing. Wow. So, woo, almost lost it. Wow. All right. Well, then you get this little falcon guy, right? So here he is. General Ledger, I think. And then you also get these claws too. You got those there. 2 pairs, Wolverine claws, and a trusty little knife there. Not much to see there, but it's a knife. Where does the knife go? Does he have a spot for it? Does he? Oh, back here? There it goes. I would think right there, right? Yeah, this goes right there. There's a weapon there. Oh, let me show you the... This is a Glock? Looks like a Glock to me. There you go. I guess. I don't know. All right, here we go. I guess little. Oh, you know what? We didn't show his headpiece very closely. There you go. He's got some nice coloring to it there. So, well, let's set them all up. See what it looks like. See the insanity that this guy is. I really dug him actually as the G.I. Joe. Kind of disappointed in this classified figure for the reasons you saw. But again, maybe it's just this figure. maybe, you know, the other figures, you guys maybe having better luck than I did with mine. But now that we know it's in the wild, this buck, I know I've encountered this buck before. So maybe it's just this buck. Maybe it's just this one raptor. Who knows? Put that back on him. Now, how is this going to stay on him? Is there a metal? Let me see. Is it going to stay on him? Hey, there it goes. Let's see. Let's see. How about that? He really can't move his head, y'all. He cannot move his head. So, man, he's so unwieldy, but that's just because, I mean, he's got this giant backpack on his back. And, I don't know, we'll put him over here somewhere. So he's going to get all burnt up. I don't know. There. You know, he looks great. He's not going to be able to stand very good. I guess you could hang him with some fishing wire on your ceiling or something, but he looks great. He does look great, but he can't stand worth a flip-flop. So now let's take a closer look at, you know, some of the other parts of him. So we looked at the wings. Got some different, he's got like a little bit of a shading there, like it's some heat being generated there. Very cool. Got some silver here. The wings look great. I mean, that's half the reason I bought the thing. And just some of the items on him, like this is very cool. I like the vest that he has on. It's very nice. You could use that for all. You could just cut this off or not. You could use this for all kinds, like a barbarian. Even dreadnoks would be able to use that very well. You got some tattoos on here with him. I don't know, tribal tattoos? I don't know. And then you got these claws on him. Look at his feet there. He's got like talon feet. Again, maybe he was just mad at me because I was thinking he was a Joe. Got some feathers coming out of his boots. Why? I don't know. Because why not? Yeah. Oh, and then you got some more feathers coming out of here, out of his, you know, glaives or gloves or whatever he's got going on over here. So, anyways, these little guys, haven't we used these before or seen these before? Didn't these come with somebody else? These kind of like Wolverine claws. Anyways, so there we have it. What are we going to rate Raptor? I mean, he looks great. He can't stand though, so it's going to be hard to pose him. So, I mean, looking great at about a 4.5 plus a 3.8. I'm going to have to give him, I'm going to say a 3.9. He's not into the 4s because he's had a lot of problems. But here's the thing. Here's the huge kicker. These wings are fantastic. You could build all kinds of other stuff with these wings. So will I pick him up again? More than likely, yes, because of these wings. I have some plans for these wings. I don't know specifically what yet. Might have something to do with the Monster Force. But yes, these wings are worth it on their own. Are they? They look very, they can't be the Vulture's wings because I don't remember them being this doggone articulated. Anyways, guys, that is the review for Mr. Raptor today. I hope you learned something on how I loosen up these figures when they come to me all jacked up. You know, the best thing to do is just have some patience, exercise some patience, get some shock oil, work on them a little bit, and then come back to them. Sometimes you got to come back to them 3 or 4 times and work through that. So, not the best executed figure. I think he would have done better on a better buck. I think this buck was not well done. And it's a travesty because this figure could have been a home run. It could have been a must-have. But as it stands, you know, you're going to roll the dice on it. With as many problems as I had with it, you're rolling the dice. Luckily, like I said, I really just wanted these wings. But for those of you that wanted the whole thing, it didn't go well for me. You guys let me know. I'm gonna go watch some reviews on them, see if I was the only one. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow I'm definitely gonna work on the custom, the next custom for my monster squad. Guys over here protecting the door to King Cobra. We're gonna find out, we're gonna do one. We're gonna customize one figure and we're gonna add to the monster squad in the back over here. So Raptor is a 3.9. Guys, have fun out there. Enjoy the hobby. Let's continue to grow the hobby. Let's continue to enjoy it. Don't get too upset when you get some knucklehead figure like this. Just work with it and you can make it work out for you. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Oh, and we have a new member. And again, I am super appreciative and very grateful for your support. Your name will be in the credits. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Appreciate every single one of you. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these out.